Panorama today, we will pull back the curtain on a challenge that affects us all, drug abuse, a serious issue that impacts individuals, families, and communities. We are going behind the scenes with an authority from the NDLEA to examine the effectiveness of dismantling of drug networks and explore what is at stake in the fight for a drug-free society. Let's get a deeper understanding after the news segment. Good afternoon and welcome to Panorama, reaching you live from Enugu Network Center. I am Comfort Ayu. The federal government initiative to achieve food security has continued to receive support from donor agencies to scale up agricultural production in the country. Victory Kasuwa Ujito reports that farmers from Nasarawa, Benue, and Zamfara states are the latest beneficiaries of the donor support program.
The Agricultural Support Program, an intervention of the Leprosy Mission Nigeria, is in collaboration with Australian Aid. It targets smallholder farmers in the state with high-yield seedlings and other farm implements to improve production. Representatives of various farmers groups in the state received the items in a symbolic presentation with expectation to deliver the seedlings and farm implements to their members so as to maximize their land for bumper harvest.
I'm expecting them to go and try these seedlings, plant it, and nurture it and see the yield. After that, they will compare the yield of this improved seedling they have been given with the local one they have been using before, and then we shall be coming back for supervision to see what they have done.
Therefore, please remain patriotic. Remember, committed to your trade and profession so that we continue to feed the nation, continue to feed ourselves, and continue to be responsible.
Meanwhile, the Leprosy Mission Nigeria takes advocacy for inclusion of persons with disability to the National Identity Management Commission to improve participation of the disability community in the National Identity Number registration. In Lafia, Victoria Kaswa Ojito, NTA News. Victoria Kaswa Ojito.
Project of Nigeria First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, the Every Home a Garden initiative, aims at encouraging home gardening among Nigerians to help in the nation's quest for food sufficiency. To upscale this project, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture is training women, youth, and people with special needs drawn from the Southeast Zone on agroecology, sack farming, and gardening and financial literacy. Susan Eze reports.
Convinced that adopting sack farming and home gardening innovations can revolutionize food production in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture is on a mission to empower smallholder women farmers and people with special needs with the knowledge and skills to cultivate their food in the comfort of their backyards. This training, according to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Marcus Ogumbiye, represented, and the Director of Special Duties, is to achieve a food-secured Nigeria where every household has access to nutritious food.
I urge you all to take advantage of this opportunity. Let us work together to build a food-secured Nigeria.
This initiative aligns with the ministry commitment to promoting inclusive agricultural development and also with the First Lady Renewed Hope initiative.
For the Enugu State Coordinator and the Permanent Secretary, State Minister of Agri, Victor Ngu, this event is a call to action.
This vision perfectly aligns with our ministry's mandate to promote inclusive, climate-smart and resilient agricultural practices.
Participants received lectures on sustainable agricultural skills and essential financial knowledge, which they were encouraged to share and put to use to feed families, generate income, and restore the dignity of self-reliance.
The lecture has made me to improve my knowledge and it will help me to enhance productivity.
Thank God that the persons with disability are included. That is to show that they have us in mind.
12 participants, comprising 10 women and 2 persons with special needs, were drawn from each of the 5 states in the Southeast Geopolitical Zone. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
The National Chairman of the governing All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has officially resigned from office, stating personal matters for his bold decision. In a statement signed by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Felix Moka, announced A.I. Bukar Daloris as replacement to Abdullahi Umar Ganduje on an acting capacity pending the National Executive Committee meeting of the party. Dr. Ganduje, who assumed office in August 2023, following resignation of his predecessor, Abdullahi Adamu, appreciated the President for the opportunity to serve at the highest level of the party and promised to remain a true party man and an advocate of the renewed hope agenda. The fight against drug abuse is an ongoing challenge that requires a multifaceted approach where governmental agencies and communities must work together to prevent substance abuse, support those affected, and reduce the availability of illicit substances. In this report, Chimaroke Ugu explores the strategies implemented by relevant stakeholders to prevent abuse and trafficking of illicit substance, cut off supply channels, and dismantle trafficking networks.
Drug abuse is a pervasive and complex issue that affects individuals, families, and communities worldwide. It is characterized by the misuse of substances leading to physical, psychological, and social harm. Research has shown that evidence-based prevention programs can significantly reduce substance abuse and related problems. These programs focus on building resilience, promoting individuals with the skills and knowledge needed to make informed choices. The theme of the 2025 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, "The evidence is clear, invest in prevention," serves as a reminder that prevention is a critical component of addressing substance abuse and illicit trafficking to create a safer, healthier, and more resilient society. The Enugu Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has initiated prevention programs and is aligning with the Drug Integrity Test Initiative, anticipated to metamorphose into anti-drug culture for Nigerians.
We have used our War Against Drug Abuse WADA social advocacy initiative to campaign vigorously at the grassroots and create awareness for our people to shun illicit substances.
The Enugu State government initiatives such as better schools, recreational activities, scale acquisition programs demonstrate a commitment to supporting youth development and preventing drug abuse. By providing opportunities for growth and engagement, the government aims to help young people thrive and make positive choices.
Prevention is not just a strategy. It is a collective responsibility. By investing in evidence-based prevention program, we can empower individuals, especially young people.
Stakeholders believe that a collaborative effort and investing in preventive measures such as education, community-based programs, and social support services is not only a moral imperative but also a cost-effective strategy that will improve public health and enhance community safety.
You cannot completely eradicate drugs, but we can reduce it. And that is the theme of this year's celebration, to break the cycle.
Therefore, a clarion call on Nigerians to prioritize prevention mechanisms and strategies as a key component to address the root cause of drug abuse, reduce the complex challenges, and create a safer and healthier community for all. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
That background report brings us to our discussion on war against drug abuse. I'm now joined by the Deputy Commander of Narcotics in charge of counseling and rehabilitation, NDLEA, Enugu State Command, Mr. Ibezim Ako Ogunwa. Good afternoon and welcome to Panorama, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get started. In your assessment, what is the current state of drug abuse in Enugu State, and what specific surveillance tactics has the NDLEA found most effective in addressing the evolving patterns of drug-related activities?
NDLEA, like a very practical and pragmatic organization, will tell you from the theme adopted this year, said the evidence is clear. Invest in prevention. What we're trying to tell you is that we are trying to cut off supply, trying to reduce demand, because if there is no demand for a product, do you think that product will sell? Nobody will request for it. So what we have looked at the prevailing issues, and we have hit the ground running. You will agree with me that the spades and rising demand reduction that my state commander, Abel Sunu Wadahi, commander of narcotics, what he has done in Enugu is not only his own initiative, but a transformation and a continuation of what the Honorable Chairman Chief Executive has implanted in the officers. He has implemented a 5-year program that we should reduce drug use, drug demand. That way the traffickers will not see market for them. And the question you asked me about the drug situation in Enugu is what we are urging His Excellency, the miracle working governor, to key into, because unfortunately the drug situation in Enugu is on the high, extremely alarming. Recent statistics have shown that not less than 13.6 youths are actively involved in drugs. And that tells us that close to 400,000 youths in Enugu are engaged in drugs actively. And for me, I'm not playing the ostrich, and I'll ask every well-meaning person to look at this as a problem, because it transforms into the increasing rates of crime in the state.
Why is it impossible to eradicate it totally in Nigeria?
It's just like telling me you eradicate stealing, you eradicate prostitution. These things are as old as mankind. So for me to tell you now that we're going to eradicate drug trafficking totally, even America that has been battling, they are still seeing the issue as a problem. Like you see the issue with Mexico now, that the president is saying they want to seal up the place so that even Mexicans will not find their way into. And if I tell you that we'll eradicate totally, that means I'm not only deceiving myself, I'm deceiving the public.
Why is it impossible, in spite of the ongoing effort towards this fight?
I did not say it's impossible. What I'm saying is that we are hitting the nail on the head. Now, before the chairman came in, the staff strength of the personnel nationwide were not up to 5,000. And the staff strength of police officers in Enugu State, they are close to 11,000, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the chairman has come in and has made an effort to employ and train with our collaborators close to 10,000 youths, removing unemployment from some homes. And that transforms to like 15,000, not more than 15,000. And what is the population of Nigeria? We are hitting 200, if not more. So look at a situation where 15,000 persons are trying to control and eradicate drug with 200 million people. And the technique we are using, I think, is, for me, thumbs up for the organization, because we are using covert and intelligence-led operations to combat these things. Like you see, the level of arrests at the airports, seaports, and I am not very sure, the tons, that from the report of my commander, I was hearing tons, and for me it's a wow. In Enugu State, I know some kilograms of methamphetamine have been arrested from the entry points of this state. And it is something the government needs to aid us to work more and achieve better results.
All right, before we let you go, what are the major obstacles to implementing and maintaining effective surveillance programs in the zone, and what are the strategies developed to overcome these challenges you pointed out?
What we will need is for people to come forward with information. Is that families should report their children when they see them into vices, and that the government should make an effort, because right now the State Drug Abuse Control Committee has not been set up in the state, and by the time it is set up, it will trickle down to local government drug abuse control committees. The local government drug abuse control committees is being headed by the local government and the wives and interested people, opinion leaders, politicians. So by the time that trickles down, it will help us in getting the dealers and the drug kingpins.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ibezim Ako. Thank you for joining us on Panorama. Taking a break now, more reports thereafter. Do join us again. Now, the federal government says it is marching towards with action to diversify the economy by exploring vast potentials in the solid minerals sector to address economic challenges bedeviling the country and ensure economic stability. The chairman, Senate Committee on Solid Mineral Development, Ekong Samson, made this known when he led a delegation of the committee on a courtesy visit to the Enugu State Governor at the Government House. Chika Ubu was there.
Committed to growing the economy of the nation through diversification, the federal government allocated an appropriation bill of 1 trillion naira for solid minerals to explore its full potentials, realizing Enugu State's strategic place within the mineral landscape of the country. This visit by the Committee on Solid Minerals Development is part of a wider nationwide engagement with focus on synergizing with relevant key players and visit to mining sites to take account of level of solid minerals development and appraise the impact of mining activities as well as its effects on the people.
We are here for that to the mandate President gave to our committee to go around this country and see how we can deepen the processes about mining in this country.
Governor Peter Mba applauded the federal government for taking steps to explore the full potentials of solid minerals in the state and assured of the state government's support.
I want to assure you of our working together, and I know that you're going to be engaging with other stakeholders later today. My team will be fully available to ensure that that is seamless.
The committee has had similar visits to Niger, Plateau, and Ebonyi states. In Enugu, Chika Ubu, NTA News.
In a bid to align with evolving trends in television production, the Nigerian Television Authority is strengthening synergy and teamwork among its zonal stations. This focus was at the heart of the maiden edition of zonal meeting of general managers and heads of operations held in Abuja State. Grace Nana reports.
The production of quality television content that educates, informs, and entertains remains the cornerstone of the Nigerian Television Authority. In line with this core mandate is the reason for this meeting. The Zonal Director of the Enugu Network Center, Patrick Iro, stated that the meeting aims to foster synergy between the zonal center and stations in the southeast. He emphasized the need for collaboration in the production of high-quality programs that reflect and promote the authentic African perspective.
Definitely we want to have a zone that is more like a mini network. A zone where we can have interchange of ideas, staff, programs. One good thing is that Southeast zone is very homogeneous. We speak the same language and the same culture. We believe that it will be easier for us to churn out even programs that represent us.
Participants described the meeting as timely, noting that it aligns with the vision of the Director General to promote zonal flagship programs that showcase Nigerians' rich customs, traditions, and cultural identity.
Because Southeast Zone have been known for excellence, so we are here so that we learn from each other, from able to bring these ideas, and so we join it together.
The zonal level, it's important for the stations that make up the zone to meet periodically. For our zone, we meet quarterly to meet, to compare notes, so to synergize in terms of programs, in terms of marketing, all right, and other areas of TV production.
As the first of its kind in the zone, the meeting is geared towards enhancing teamwork and cohesion among stations across the region. In Aba, Grace Nana, NTA News.
For stories trending in the world of sports, let's join Peter Oibo.
The fifth edition of the Abuja All-Stars Veteran Football Tournament enters week 3 at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja as the first match of the day between All-Stars International Football Club and Ocean 11 ended in a 2-2 draw after regulation time, as other matches of the week are underway. Meanwhile, all is now set for the Epic Federation Cup final scheduled for the Mobolaji Johnson Sport Arena as Kwara United Football Club vows to stop the runs of Abakaliki FC. While in the female final, Rivers Angels are set to take on Nasarawa Amazons that wants to prove their critics wrong.
I've seen it all, this level. So I believe I win. I don't have that pressure. That's my confidence, so maybe that's my problem.
Pressure is normal. It is emotion. So you understand? So normally it will come. But I'm assuring you that with this position now, the awareness is there from from our state. Everybody wants us to win.
Staying on football, in today's match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup round of 16 feature an all-Brazilians knockouts clash as Primeira face Botafogo as they battle for a place in the quarterfinals. In the second game, Benfica and Chelsea meet at the Bank of America Stadium in an all-European last system match. The winners of this contest are guaranteed to face a Brazilian opponent in the quarterfinals on July 5th. Away from that, Nigerian sprinter Alaba Akitola has delivered a storming performance at the meeting Kuda de Malanga in Spain, clocking a new personal best of 20.23 seconds to win the men's 200-meter event. These remarkable runs breaks his previous PB from 2022 and officially make him the fastest Nigerian man over 200 meters this year. While Keshin Tonsim ran a blazing PB and won lead of 9.75 seconds to win the Jamaican men's 100-meter title. He is now the 6th fastest man in history. With Sport Update, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
A renowned Nigeria businessman and elder statesman from Kano State, Alhaji Aminu Al-Hassan Dantata, passed away at a hospital in Abu Dhabi at the age of 94. The news of his death broke on Saturday morning by his personal private secretary, Mustafa Abdullahi Junad, sending shockwaves across the nation, especially in the business and political communities where he held a significant influence for decades. Alhaji Dantata, a respected figure in the Dantata dynasty, was known for his contributions to commerce, philanthropy, and national development. He was one of the few surviving northern elites who played important roles in Nigeria's post-independence economic growth. According to the chairman of the Forum of the Media Executives in Kanu, Ado Saudu Warawa, the remains of Alhaji Aminu Dantata will be buried in Medina, Saudi Arabia, in accordance with Islamic injunctions, while Salatu, a funeral prayer in absentia, is scheduled to take place by 1 p.m. at Umar Ibn Kantab Jumat Mosque, Kanu. And that's all we have time for today on Panorama. Tomorrow is another day. From all of us in the studio, thanks for staying. Good afternoon.